We're on the right path! It's this way! Woohoo! We're going to win!
You sure, girl?
Of course, I have a great sense of direction. Once my younger brother and I got lost in this huge shopping mall, and I could smell my mom's perfume from miles away. That fragrance was magical. Did you know that there are vegan perfumes? Seriously, I tried one once, although I had an allergic reaction for like 3 days afterward. But anyway, back to the point. We'll get there first, don't worry. Plus, I remember seeing a building in the distance when we arrived on the ferry. Have you ever been on a cruise? I have a cousin who... Well, she got on one once, but got seasick and threw up literally everywhere.
Ladies, may we join you?
Ugh.
Max, right? What a coincidence. I have an uncle named Max, although he lives quite far away. But sometimes he visits and always brings fabulous gifts. Once he brought me a giant basketball, like a huge one. I don't play basketball, but you know who does? Marcus. Marcus is my best friend for life.
Ugh.
Damn it. We'll never get there at this pace.
Why are we running? When did we get off the plane?
Should I leave the bag? Never. With the amount of imported clothes I have, impossible, right? You wouldn't understand. I couldn't survive a day without my beloved bag. By the way, who dressed you? A beggar.
Whoa, such energy. Like the strength of 10 wild horses galloping towards the horizon.
The only strong thing here is your odor. You're really out of it. Anyway, you're useful. Stay close to me, and I'll make sure you get far. Wait a minute. Did you just compare me to a horse?
Ladies.
Friend, ask him to help me with my bag.
Hemogenic person.
Handsome. This bag is so heavy, and you look so strong. Could you carry it with those huge arms of yours?
Sure, no problem.
Great, let's go.
Don't worry, it's a pleasure. Ladies, you haven't seen Sandra along the way, have you?
No, we haven't had the pleasure.
Hey, brand clothes.
We lost, la puta madre. I knew that it wasn't this way.
But T, I thought it was a shortcut.
Well, flashaste. We need to push on and remember that. I'm in charge. Next time, ask me.
Okay. Sorry.
Vamos.
Hey, gorgeous. How about we form an alliance?
Get lost, zorro.
Sorry.
Perfect. You'll consider it. I await your response. Would you...
The raven never flitting is sitting, still is sitting. Edgar Allan Poe.
Wow, they're tough, huh? Don't worry, they won't resist falling before the great Greg Meister.
Hey, Greg, right?
Yeah.
No one wants to room with you, huh?
Of course they do. Everyone wants to talk to me. I've already received 5 alliance requests. I'm just evaluating my best option.
5 requests? Wow, incredible! We've been sidelined because we are the youngest. We should form an alliance. If we stick together, they can stop us. What do you say? If you're still deciding, you can join us too, Greg.
Well, that sounds logical, but I'll be the undisputed leader of the alliance.
Fine. What about you, Sunny? You in?
Yay, alliance!
Great.
Ah! What's that? Maybe it's a wild animal.
Oh, relax. It's just Catty.
Hey there! Sorry, I overheard your conversation. Can I join your alliance, please?
Of course. The more the merrier. Hey, Aaron. Wanna join too?
Sorry, buddy, but your girlfriend is exhausting, and the other one scares me.
Girlfriend?
But she's not my girlfriend.
You should totally be a couple, don't you think?
What? What?
Hurry! We don't have time for your nonsense. We need to run.
Yahoo! Maya!
That's it. If we keep up the pace, we'll reach the finish line soon.
I can't go on. My legs. Ah!
Hey bro, are you okay?
Sorry, the only thing I train is my brain. Go on.
Don't worry, I'll carry you.
But I'll just slow you down. Why are you helping?
You help me first.
What are you talking about?
Right before the race started, remember? With all that talk about elimination, my brain went blank. I didn't know what to do and you gave me the push I needed. See, I'm not the smartest person and sometimes my head gets stuck when I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm good at using my head. It'll be tough to survive here without allies. Maybe the two of us can make a great team. I'll be the brain and you'll be the brawn. What do you say?
Sounds good.
I think about this every year on Thanksgiving. It's the most chilling and sickening thing I've ever seen. I'm an officer of the Inverness Police Department in Florida, so I've seen quite a lot. But this was worse than anything. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was working, and unfortunately not with my family. I was annoyed about it, but I knew it came with the job. The day went by slowly for the first few hours, leaving me even more unprepared for what was about to happen. I was near the station when the call came in.
You've reached 911 Emergency Services. Please describe the nature of your emergency.
Please, you gotta get the cops here now.
Sir, please tell me what's happening.
I think my neighbor killed somebody.
And why do you think that?
Because I saw it. I was on my back porch setting up the deep fryer when I just looked over the fence for a second, and I saw my neighbor dragging something large. It looked like a body or something.
Sir, please calm down and tell me the address so I can send some officers to check on your neighbor.
I was one of about 7 or 8 officers initially dispatched to the scene. We were told to take caution, as a suspected homicide had occurred, so we approached the house carefully. There was a car parked in the driveway, but the garage door was closed. We also saw some tire tracks in the grass, leading from the car to a wide gate in the backyard. Nobody was in the car, but once we got about 6 feet from it, we were absolutely blasted with a putrid odor. It was that unmistakable stench of decay that you never forget. It made me throw up in my mouth. None of us were willing to attempt to open the trunk or search the inside of the car. The smell was enough to call for backup. We didn't know what to expect as we approached the front door, but we knew in our guts that we were dealing with a dangerous person. There was no answer when we banged on the door and announced ourselves. After several attempts to get the person inside to come out, we conducted a search of the exterior of the house. 2 fellow officers and I went around to the right side, following the tire tracks through the gate and into the backyard. As soon as we turned the corner, we were met with the grisly scene. In the center of a concrete slab was a huge pool of blood. A smear ran about 8 to 10 feet from the puddle across the concrete and ended where the grass started, right at the tire tracks. Next to the puddle was a large meat cleaver covered in blood. At this point, all the alarms went off. We called in for even more backup, quickly surrounding the house. I returned to the front of the house with the other officers and began pounding on the door. Police, open up the door, we're gonna break it down. Come out with your hands up. A chill ran down my spine at the sound that came from inside. We knew what we had to do then, so we got the battering ram and broke down the door. We entered the house 8 deep with our weapons drawn, but we didn't get far before another terrible sight put an end to our search. There was an older man on the living room couch, smiling and staring off into space. There was blood soaking into his shirt, Something about that image made me freeze. I've never seen something so creepy like that in my life. He acted like we weren't even there. One of my fellow officers ended up making the arrest a moment later, throwing him off the couch and onto the ground. The man didn't struggle against the handcuffs at all. He was gaunt and unbothered by the whole ordeal. We called in an ambulance and the paramedics took him away under our supervision. He later died at the hospital, taking all his secrets with him. However, at the time, we were still at the house, and there was a body we had to look for. When CSI arrived and asked us where the body was, everyone pointed to the car in unison. When the investigators got near it, they looked in through the windows, but there was nothing. That left the trunk which they had to pry open. I remember standing behind the investigators at the car, far enough away to keep from gagging. Despite knowing what was going to be in there, I had a morbid and regretful curiosity about what led to that massacre scene I saw in the backyard. I'll never forget the moment that trunk flew open, revealing the worst thing I have ever witnessed in my entire life. There were body parts in the trunk. It had been chopped up into pieces and tossed in without a care. The sheer terror I felt at that moment was something I never felt in all my years on duty. I had to go back to the station after that. I wasn't part of the investigation, but I kept tabs on it. Apparently, the man that was on the couch had taken out and dismembered the victim and stuffed him in his own trunk. The victim was also an older man, but aside from that, there was no connection between them. There was no known motive either. The vehicle belonged to the victim. To have no reason for such a horrific incident is just unbelievable to me, and it leaves a pit in my stomach every time I think about it. I just hope the family of the victim can somehow recover from their loss.
All right, looks like our first group of participants is arriving. Congratulations!
Did we come in first? Oh my god, I can't believe it! Yahoo!
Brilliant.
Da!
Sisters, you're the second group to arrive.
Second group? Vos a joda. Liliana, we need to stop messing around and get serious.
But gee, we have a big advantage.
Looks like more people are arriving.
Good.
That's right, bitches. We made it.
We have to get to the academy.
Hey, how are you? I looked for you during the race, but couldn't find you.
Oh, that's sweet, Enrico Kinson. Thanks. I'm doing well. It's a real pleasure to achieve our goals.
We did it!
That's right! Greg triumphs again!
You triumphed in coming last. Losers.
Where's the annoying guy with sunglasses?
Stars don't walk.
Why?
All right, moving on. Wait, has anyone seen Aaron?
I'm right behind you.
God, stop doing that! Now it's time to move on to the second challenge. Yeah, I know. Long ago, this establishment was home to a very prestigious academy. It's said that their entrance exam was so brutal that even the Japanese found it excessive. We have a copy, so this time your intelligence will be tested with an entrance exam.
Cool.
Excellent.
We reached the academy?
Oh, perfect. There's no way we can pass this.
Is anyone good at knowing things?
My Sangsengnim told me my IQ is the same as a fish!